Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, why do I seem untouched by time while others are worn down? Or maybe you've heard people whisper, half in awe, you can't possibly be that age, and wondered if it's just good genes, or maybe, just maybe, something deeper. What if I told you? Your youthful glow isn't random, and it's not just skin deep. There's a powerful, spiritual reason behind it. One you need to understand today. You see, we often drift through life thinking that everything about us, our appearance, our energy, even how we age, is just a roll of the dice, random luck. But let me assure you, there is absolutely nothing random about you. If anyone's ever stared at you wide-eyed and said, wow, you don't look your age at all, or if you've caught your reflection and noticed you seem to be aging more gracefully than your peers, it's not just good skincare or lucky DNA. No, it runs much deeper than that. There's a profound spiritual reason why you're being preserved. And today I need you to really lean in and hear this. You are being protected for a purpose. There's a kind of preservation that no luxury product, no strict regimen, no external effort could ever achieve. This protection is sacred. It's divine. It's as if God Himself is reaching out and gently saying, not yet. This one still has work to do. We often view youthfulness through a superficial lens, as something purely aesthetic. But the truth is, looking younger than your years is a spiritual sign, a sign of divine timing, of an unfinished mission. You are not just aging slowly by accident. You are being intentionally kept strong and radiant by a force far greater than yourself. Think about it. In a world that constantly drains and exhausts, anyone called to fulfill a divine purpose needs strength for the journey. They need endurance. They need vitality. And sometimes that vitality shines not just in the way someone moves or speaks, but in the unmistakable light in their eyes, the resilience etched into their very being. This isn't vanity. This is vitality. And that vitality, it's spiritual. It's heaven's quiet way of whispering, you're still needed. I'm keeping you ready. Let's be real. Life has a way of wearing people down. The heavy burdens of regret, bitterness, and unresolved pain often show up plainly. You can see it in weary eyes, in stooped shoulders, in tired smiles. But when someone chooses forgiveness, when they choose love and obedience to a higher calling, there's a lightness that stays with them. It's visible. It's powerful. That's what spiritual preservation looks like. It's not just shielding you from the storms of life. It's shielding your soul from being corroded by them. And maybe, just maybe, some of you haven't even realized this miracle is happening within you. Maybe you've shrugged off the compliments or wondered why you seem to glow even when life has thrown everything at you. It's because you are being preserved, intentionally and purposefully. Your life isn't running on luck. There's still a sacred assignment over you, and heaven refuses to let you leave this world looking worn down by the battles you've survived. You've walked through fires that should have left scars. You've faced storms fierce enough to age a person beyond recognition. Yet here you are, still shining, still standing, and trust me, that's no accident. You remember what we just talked about, right? That your youthful glow isn't luck. It's divine preservation. It's a sacred sign that you're still on assignment, still needed for something greater. Now, let's lean even deeper into this truth. What's happening to you is no coincidence. It's not random. It's divine covering, God's intentional protection over your life. You see, sometimes the enemy tries to creep in, whispering lies that we're too late, too old, too worn out to make a difference. He tries to convince us that time has slipped away beyond redemption. But what if I told you that every moment, every breath up until now, God has been quietly preserving you, holding you steady, shielding you, preparing you. And one of the most beautiful signs of that preservation is the youthfulness you carry, not just on your face, but deep within your soul. You've been preserved for a reason, preserved for impact, for healing, for testimony. The world doesn't just need people who appear young. No, it needs souls who have been spiritually preserved to carry out something meaningful. And whether you realize it fully or not, that could very well be you. So it's time to stop seeing your youthful appearance as something shallow or superficial. It's sacred. It's a living reminder that you've been chosen, that there are still fields you're meant to sow into, still hearts you're meant to reach, still joy you're meant to ignite in others. Looking younger isn't about fighting against the clock. It's about walking in sync with divine timing. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Your appearance, your glow, even your vibrant energy, these are heaven's subtle ways of whispering, keep going, I've got you. Your story isn't over yet. You are preserved because you have a purpose. Have you ever encountered someone who just radiates something special? It's not their outfit. It's not their flawless skin or perfect hair. It's something far deeper, a peace that lingers in the air, a joy that wraps around you like a warm blanket, a light that can't be bought or applied. And when you speak to them, you realize they aren't just young looking, they are spiritually alive. That glow, that energy, that freshness, it bubbles up from deep within. It's real, it's lasting, it's soul deep. Yes, it's good to take care of our bodies. We talk so much about external beauty, about skincare, diets, workouts, and those things have their place. But let's be honest, the real fountain of youth flows from the soul. When your spirit is aligned, when your heart is at peace, when you're walking in love and living with gratitude, your body can't help but reflect that inner harmony, that sparkle in your eye, that softness in your smile, that effortless energy you carry into every room. It's not manufactured, it's manifested from within. Because here's the truth most people never talk about, but you need to hear. You don't just look young by chance. You look young because something inside you refuses to be broken, even when life throws its worst storms your way. Let me tell you, stress will age you faster than time ever could. Bitterness, anger, anxiety, unforgiveness. These heavy emotions don't just weigh down your spirit. They carve their lines into your body, into your energy, into your very presence. When your heart hardens, it shows. The eyes lose their light, the smile becomes tight, the posture sinks under invisible burdens. But when your spirit is free, when you learn to release the pain, to walk in forgiveness, to live in peace, even while the winds howl around you, something incredible happens. There's a lightness that returns, a glow that radiates from the inside out. And that glow, my friend, is nothing less than spiritual. In the last part, we uncovered a beautiful truth. When your spirit is aligned and full of peace, it shines outward, creating a glow that no skincare product can match. Now let's go even deeper into how that inner light transforms your entire being. This glow, this radiance you carry, it's not cosmetic. It's not just good lighting or genetics. It's spiritual. A lot of people don't realize this, but beauty is far more than just a physical trait. It's a reflection of your soul's health. There's a reason people say, you wear your emotions on your face, because you really do. If you live trapped in worry, if you cling to bitterness, if you stay restless or stuck in the regrets of the past, those emotions carve themselves into your body like a sculptor working on stone. But when you walk with joy, when you actively guard your peace, when you lay down your burdens instead of carrying them day after day, your body responds in the most extraordinary ways. You see, the body isn't just a vessel we live in. It's a mirror, faithfully reflecting what's going on inside the soul. Ever met someone who's endured unimaginable storms, yet when you look at them, there's a softness, a freshness, even a youthful glow about them? That's not random. That's someone who's chosen healing. That's someone who's said no to bitterness and yes to gratitude over and over again. And here's a powerful truth. Gratitude will take years off your life. Joy will erase the deep marks that stress tries to leave behind. Forgiveness will soften the hardened lines. And peace will shine through your face like sunlight through crystal glass. I truly believe that many of the people who seem to age so gracefully have tapped into a deeper reality. The condition of your soul matters more than the condition of your skin. When your soul is clean, your face clears up. When your heart is light, your eyes sparkle. When you live from a place of wholeness and peace, it shows effortlessly. And let's be clear, this isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing peace, even when peace feels hard to find. It's about standing in the storm and declaring, I won't let this world steal my joy. I won't let this pain rob me of my light. I refuse to stay anchored to moments that no longer serve me. That, my friend, is how you stay young, not just in body, but in spirit. So, if someone's ever told you, you have such a glow about you, or you don't look your age at all, don't brush it off or laugh it away, that's not just a casual compliment. That's confirmation. It's the visible fruit of the peace you fiercely protected. It's the reward of the healing you fought for. It's the beautiful result of the joy you've chosen to cling to, day after day. When your spirit is at peace, your body can finally rest. When your soul is filled with light, it shines through your face without you even trying. You're not just glowing, you are reflecting the deep health of your spirit. These days, you'll hear a lot of talk about energy, vibes, frequency, and alignment. Some might dismiss it as trendy language or new age ideas, but if you look closely, there's a deep, timeless truth here. Everything in creation operates on a frequency, the way music vibrates through the air, the way light moves and dances, even the way your heart beat, rhythms through your chest. It's all energy, it's all vibration, and guess what? So are you. You are made of the very breath of God. The frequency you live on, it affects more than just your mood. It shapes how you age, how you carry yourself, how you move through the world. Have you ever noticed that some people, even if they aren't that old, seem weighed down? Their posture slouches, their voices drag, their faces look perpetually tired. That's the result of a spirit vibrating at a low frequency, saturated with fear, bitterness, and constant anxiety. Those emotions are heavy, and sooner or later, that weight shows up physically. But then there are people, maybe someone like you, who walk into a room and lift the whole atmosphere. They laugh easily, they forgive quickly, they spread life with every word they speak. That kind of presence isn't from just thinking positive. It's the result of living aligned with something greater, of choosing love and compassion over judgment and resentment. When you walk in love, when you embody forgiveness, when you let compassion be your compass, you begin to operate on a higher frequency, a resonance that aligns with your true, divine design. And when you live like that consistently, it's miraculous. What happens? It shows up in your energy, in your face, in your very presence. You stay lighter, you stay glowing, you stay vibrant, no matter what your birth certificate says, because you're not weighed down by unnecessary baggage. You're soaring above it. Ever notice how people who live in true joy don't just smile more, they radiate something deeper? That's because joy is one of the highest frequencies a human can carry. And it's not about fake happiness. It's about choosing joy, even when resentment seems easier. It's about keeping your heart open to love, even when life tries to harden you. In the last part, we uncovered how living in a high, joyful frequency doesn't just lift your spirit. It transforms your body, your glow, your energy. Now, let's take it even further. That choice you make, to stay in alignment with love, joy, and gratitude, is not just emotional, it's physical. It touches every cell, every hormone, every part of your immune system. Science might call it endorphins or serotonin at work, but I'll tell you the deeper truth. It's divine flow. It's God Himself breathing life into you. It's heaven keeping you renewed, keeping you fresh from the inside out. Now listen, I'm not saying that life won't try to knock you out of that alignment. Of course it will. We're all human. We all have days where negativity sneaks in, when stress pulls at us, when frustration tries to claim our hearts. But here's the key. Don't unpack your bags there. Don't pitch a tent in the land of discouragement. When you feel yourself slipping, come back. Return to the frequency of faith. Tune your heart back to the vibration of hope. Speak truth over your life, even when lies are loud. Breathe in grace like oxygen. Because the longer you stay in alignment, the more your spirit will sustain your body, not the other way around. Looking younger, feeling lighter, radiating life. It's not just about a good moisturizer or a perfect workout routine. It's soul maintenance. When your soul is anchored in love, when your thoughts are watered with gratitude, when your actions are driven by purpose, your entire being rises to match that frequency. You stop looking like someone who's just surviving. You start looking like someone who's thriving. You're no longer living from the outside in. You're living from the inside out. Aging is a natural part of life. But the way we age, that's spiritual. There's a powerful difference between growing older and growing heavy. If your spirit stays light, your face will naturally reflect that lightness. If your heart stays full, your eyes will gleam like stars. And when you live in harmony with grace, mercy, and love, you don't just look younger, you become a living, breathing testimony that heaven still flows through human vessels today. So, next time someone looks at you in awe and asks, "How do you stay so vibrant, so fresh, so full of life?" You don't have to give them a scientific explanation. You can simply smile and say, "I'm just living in alignment." Now here's something I've learned along the way, something not everyone talks about, but something you come to understand after you've lived through enough seasons. Not every blessing you carry started with you. Some of the favor resting on your life right now. It was prayed in long before you ever arrived. That radiant protection around you, that unexplainable grace that keeps you strong and youthful. It might just be the result of ancestral blessings and divine favor. See, not every battle you avoided was because you dodged it yourself. Not every moment of peace you experienced was crafted by your own hand. Sometimes, beautifully, powerfully, it's because someone generations before you prayed for you. A grandmother's whispered prayer, a great-grandfather's steadfast faith, a great-great-uncle's obedience to God. They planted seeds of hope, of faith, of blessings, seeds they never got to see bloom. And now you are walking in the harvest. That's why favor on your life doesn't always make sense. That's why some people look at you and ask, "How are you still standing? How are you still so full of life?" And the truth is, you're being carried by something bigger than yourself. There were moments where life should have broken you, but something invisible, something holy, held you together. There were seasons you should have come out bitter, weary, and worn, but instead, you emerged refreshed, renewed, still shining with life. In the last part, we talked about how some of the blessings and protection over your life didn't start with you. They were planted by generations before you. Now, let's take a closer look at what that inheritance really means. That glow you carry, that youthful energy you walk in every day. It's not just genetics, it's divine grace, passed lovingly from one generation to the next. It's the kind of favor that doesn't end with the person who first prayed it down. It outlives them, flowing forward like a river that never runs dry. I truly believe this. Spiritual inheritances are just as real, if not more real, than physical ones. No, you won't find them written in a will. You won't see them reflected in a bank account. But make no mistake, they are every bit as tangible. They show up in the peace you feel even when storms rage around you, They appear in the resilience that surprises you when life tries to break you. They bubble up in the joy that somehow survives, even after everything tried to crush you. That's inheritance. That's legacy. That's favor. Deeper than skin, deeper than time. And sometimes, the reason you look younger than your years, the reason you still move with a lightness others can't quite explain, is because your life is covered by a spiritual covenant. Your spirit has been marked by divine favor. Your path has been shielded by hands you may never have seen, but whose prayers have shaped your destiny. Now, people may not always understand it, and that's okay. They're not supposed to. Favor doesn't follow human logic. When God places a shield around your life, when He honors the whispered prayers of your ancestors, He keeps you in ways that even time, even hardship, even life itself cannot touch. But maybe you're thinking, I didn't come from a line of faith. My family history is full of brokenness and pain. If that's you, hear me clearly. You're not disqualified. In fact, you are the beginning of something new. Because when you choose to break the cycle, to walk in love, to walk with God, you start writing a new chapter. You create a new legacy that heaven takes notice of. And God, He doesn't just bless you, He blesses everything connected to you, your children and their children after them. You start something that will outlive you. And believe it or not, some of that fresh favor may already be visible. It's in your energy, it's in your spirit, it's in the way people look at you, and instead of seeing weariness, they see light, they see hope. You are not just aging, you are walking in a spiritual inheritance. Every time someone compliments you, you look incredible, or you have such a glow. They're seeing the overflow of something sacred at work. Because it's not really about appearances, it's about alignment. It's about covering. It's about favor. A favor so deep, so supernatural, it can't be explained by ordinary human standards. And sometimes, it's about being the one who carries that favor forward, blazing a trail so that others who come after you can walk in it more easily. So if you've ever wondered why you seem to shine a little brighter, move a little lighter, why your energy feels decades younger than the calendar says, it's important to remember, this didn't start with you, and it doesn't end with you either. You've been chosen, you've been covered, and you've been entrusted with something precious. There's something truly powerful about being a living message. Even on days when you don't say a single word, your very life, the way you shine, the way you carry peace, is speaking loudly to the world around you. In the last part, we uncovered a powerful truth. Your youthful glow isn't just for you. It's a reflection of a spiritual inheritance and a living testimony to those around you. Now, let's take that even deeper. You are not just a person moving through life. You are a walking, breathing message, a living spiritual signal to the world around you. And the message you carry is this: it's possible. It's possible to live in a way that defies the heavy pull of time. It's possible to carry peace in a world that's built on noise and chaos. It's possible to protect your spirit so fiercely that it spills over into every part of your being. When someone looks at you and says with disbelief, "You can't be that age," what they're really seeing isn't just smooth skin or youthful energy. They're seeing evidence of something deeper, stronger, and sacred at work. You're not just defying years. You're defying the wear and tear that comes from living in misalignment, from carrying burdens that were never yours, from holding on to unresolved pain and anger. Every small choice you've made, the moments you chose peace over conflict, gratitude over bitterness, trust over fear, has protected your spirit. You've nourished your soul, guarded your light, and now the result of those spiritual decisions is showing up physically for the whole world to see. And here's something beautiful. Your youthfulness isn't just for you, it's a silent inspiration to others. You become a quiet sermon. You don't need to shout it from rooftops. You don't have to be loud about it. Your life, your presence, the way you move through this world, it's already speaking volumes. You're living proof that there's another way to be, a way that refuses to surrender to bitterness, a way that clings to joy even after heartbreak, a way that forgives, releases, breathes deeply, trusts fully, and stays open to light even after walking through valleys of darkness. And whether you realize it or not, people are watching. They're watching the way you carry yourself, the way your genuine smile lights up a room, the way your energy softens the atmosphere. For some, you might be the first glimpse they've ever had of someone truly living well, not just surviving, not just existing. And let me tell you, that kind of example, it's rare, it's powerful, it's a gift. That's why your youthful appearance isn't just a personal blessing, it's a spiritual responsibility, not a heavy burden, but a beautiful, sacred call. Because when others see you, they start to believe again. They start to see that it's possible for them too. You don't need to preach with words when your life is already preaching with presence. You don't need to convince anyone when your story is being told every time you step into a room. And what your life says is simple yet profound. You don't have to live worn down by life. You don't have to be buried under years of regret. You don't have to match the weight of your past. You can be renewed. You can be refreshed. You can be light again. That's the beauty of walking in spiritual alignment. It restores what life tried to steal. It rebuilds what the storms tried to destroy. And people can see that restoration in you before they ever hear your testimony. Now, I'm not saying every single day will be perfect. I'm not promising you won't feel the pressures and heaviness of life from time to time. But what I am saying is this: your daily choice to protect your peace, to guard your joy like the sacred treasure it is, that's what keeps you looking, feeling, and living the way you do. That's why people stop you and ask for your secret. And when they do, you don't need a complicated answer. Just tell them the simple truth. I've been choosing to live differently. I've been choosing to let my spirit lead, and everything else has followed, because that's how the kingdom works. When your soul is aligned, your life reflects it. When your spirit is rooted, your body responds with strength, beauty, and vitality. You've become a living message, a message that says, God still renews, peace still works. There's a beauty no cream, no filter, no procedure can touch, because it comes from within. So the next time someone looks at you and says, "You don't look your age," just smile warmly and remember, they're not just complimenting your appearance, they're confirming your calling. You're not just aging well, you're living as a